Hello and welcome to The Best Of. I'm Ricky Tucker, your host. On The Best Of, we focus on the best in the areas of business, entertainment, sports, and the community. This week we have a double treat for you in the form of Mrs. Veronica Sanders, who's the director of spa therapies. She's a registered nurse and a skin care therapist. We also have Mrs. Helen Williams, who is a hair therapist and a licensed cosmetologist. Hello, Mrs. Sanders, how are you?
Hi, good.
Thank you for joining us today. And Ms. Williams, hello, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I guess you guys are just partners in crime over at the Spa Therapy, huh?
We are.
All righty. Well, let's talk a bit about this. Once again, you're both with Spa Therapies, and Spa Therapies, just for our listening audience, is at 1068 Crest Haven Road, and you're in Suite 100. The contact number there is 901-761-9551. And you will definitely want to contact your friends and grab a piece of paper and a pen or your phone so that you can text this information to yourself or someone else, because I believe these young ladies have a lot of information to share with us. We're going to start with you, Veronica. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Memphis. I'm born and raised here. I served in the Air Force for 7 years, traveled all over the world, but I came back home to Memphis. And I've been a nurse for 17 years, and I've only worked in plastic surgery. And so I'm a plastic surgical nurse, and I'm the director of Spa Therapies. Mm-hmm.
Wow. 17 years and in plastic surgery only.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. And you have traveled the world and you decided to come back to Memphis.
Right.
Well, you know that I've heard that that's one of the key components to our leadership in the area, that they're really interested in bringing the best and brightest back to the Memphis area. So Memphis, she's here. Make sure that she stays happy. Okay. Tell us, you've talked about the 17 years of being in plastic surgery. Any other qualifications that you have to share with us?
Well, I think it's important for you to collaborate with a plastic surgeon in order to get the skills necessary to care for plastic surgical patients. Also, at the same time, you want to have at least some history of nursing nursing services in order to be able to provide your nursing care plan for the patients that you see.
Okay, that sounds great. And I know that you sound like you just have so much information. I'm sure that you're just trying to select there what you want to share with us first. Right. So that's why everybody in the audience should really be listening. So you have been in this field for some 17 years. Right. You're also in aesthetics.
Correct.
Tell us exactly what aesthetics
is Greek for beauty. And it's enhancing beauty. And that could range from your head to your toe. And we just try to make you as beautiful as possible and work with what you got.
Great. Okay. Well, you know, I've got what I got, and that's about all I've got to work with. And now, do you think on this beauty side, let's talk about this beauty thing now. Typically, when we think about beauty, we think about ladies. Do you service, does your company service men as well?
We do.
Oh, wow.
And we also service young teens as well. So they can be boys and men as well as women and older women. Yes. Okay. Guys, you hear that? we can also go to Spa Therapy. So it can be a male's treat, so fathers can receive it as well as mothers. So we're looking forward to you know, having more guys to come in once the show's over here. Tell us the types of patients that you care for. We care from a wide range of patients, all skin types, all ethnic backgrounds. We offer services that cover from head to toe. So it could be something that relaxes your muscles, such as a massage, as well as facials. We offer spider vein therapy, hair remover with laser, and with the laser treatments, it does cover all skin types.
Wow. Well, another thing too is usually when someone is looking at a company to work with them for whatever the service is, they tend to look at that particular person. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that you can see it on the television, but if you could only see the skin of Ms. Sanders and Ms. Williams, that would be enough to sell you on going to Spa Therapies. Your skin just looks very healthy, and yours as well, Ms. Williams. So that's really great. Talk to us about some of the affiliations that you are associated with, some of the professional organizations that you're associated with.
Yes, we are affiliated with Operation Smile. Our physician, our plastic surgeon that is partnering with us, he goes on mission trips, and we have had a silent auction with him to raise funding for Operation Smile. We also work with the Society for Plastic Surgical Skincare Specialists, and that's where we get a lot of our continuing education. We travel around the country, and we actually come together with other estheticians across the country, as well as other nurses who are in this business to continue to learn about what's the latest and greatest in helping someone to look their best.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, we'd like to find out some things too about the hair now, because obviously the two of you are a perfect complement for one another, and your services really are as well. Tell us a little bit about you, Ms. Williams.
I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I knew from an early age what I wanted to do, so I actually did my cosmetology through high school.
Oh, great.
And then I started off as a shampoo tech and trained under about 30 stylists, and then went on to be a cosmetologist and owned my own hair salon for about 8 years, and then decided to do something smaller. Yeah. So my little partner in crime here, we got together and started at Spa Therapies.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have to be very cautious. I know there's the one thing that we do have to be careful about, and that is we don't want to ask anybody their age or anything. But now you said that you started in high school and you owned your own business. Now you and Ms. Sanders must have started your businesses like out of kindergarten or something like that. The one thing that I can say is the two of you really do represent what you do well, so that's great. Tell us about what hair therapy is.
Well, actually, our hair therapists, we're licensed cosmetologists, but we're trained to bring unhealthy scalps and hair back to life. So with the products that we use, or, you know, color lines, we really make sure that we build the hair up rather than break it down.
Okay, alrighty. So an example of that would be sometimes when we see, I would imagine both men and women with their edges that are kind of broken and those kinds of things. What are some of the types of hair problems or scalp problems you've seen at Spa Therapy?
I see a lot of inflammation, which will actually cause hair loss. I also see alopecia a lot. Itching, burning, that type thing. We have products to treat all of that as well.
Now, commonly, is there a particular reason, or you see any consistent reasons why people experience certain hair problems or scalp problems?
A lot of it can be due to medication or stress, hormonal changes. Some of it can be hereditary, or your diet as well.
Okay. Now, people that have been watching our show, and that's even watching the show right now, they can see these long flowing locks that I have. But if by chance I really was concerned about that and I wanted to make a change, is there anything that you could do for me? Or someone that really had lost the hair and maybe even have to get some implants or some artificial hair. Do you serve that population as well?
Yes, we actually have products now that will treat the problems. They have a bunch of key ingredients that will help, whether it be, like I said, inflammation, or even, DHT. That's one of the biggest things that causes hair loss these days. So we have products that have the DHT blockers in there, and stuff to just build the hair back up and have strong and healthy scalps again.
Okay. Now, I know that was an industry acronym, so can you tell the people in the audience what DHT is? Is that something that, it's kind of commonplace though, huh?
Right. A lot of times hormones. You know, DHT is in, and DHT is in a lot of our you know, products that we use, or you know.
So it's helpful. It's helpful.
It is.
Okay, great. Alrighty, that sounds real good. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are talking with Ms. Veronica Sanders, and we're talking with Ms. Helen Williams, and they are at Spa Therapies over on Crest Haven at 1068 Crest Haven Road. They're in Suite 100, so you walk in and you can't miss them, and they can be reached at 901-761-9551. And we're talking about something that is really critical to us all, and that is our appearance, because we all know, my wife and I provide professional development, and we know that you only have 14 seconds to make an impression, and we all want that impression to be great. So we have Ms. Sanders, who's the director of Spa Therapies, and Ms. Williams here to give you some tips on how to make and get the most out of that initial 14 seconds. Let's move forward and talk some more and get some more information here. If someone's interested in entering your field, what would you suggest? Because it sounds really quite intriguing.
Well, I'm glad that you asked that question, because a lot of times there are nurses and estheticians who want to get into the field, but they don't know, who to talk with or how to do that. And we generally would encourage them to, once they finish school, to find someone that can mentor them. And Helen and I both, we have mentored a lot of people who are in the industry, but at the same time, we also have the desire to expand our practice in order to offer a training center to help other individuals that want to come and learn more about these types of therapies that we do in this field. I have trained several nurses. They're not locally, though, because I wouldn't want them to be my competition, but at the same time, we do try to encourage others to get into this field, because not everyone really have the talent, but at the same time can see or have an eye for beauty. And so we try to look for that individual, and then some of those individuals have come alongside of us to work with us. So we have approximately 10 employees that are at Spa Therapies that offer these types of treatments, and it's a great opportunity.
Wow, and you said a little bit earlier too about offering some other services. So you offer massages?
We do.
How about manis and pedis?
Not quite yet. We are in the process of expanding.
Okay.
And we're hoping to do that within the next year or so.
Oh, great. Okay, that sounds really good. Well, something that I want to ask for, as much as you can share, what would be one of your most challenging patients or situations that really cause you to have to roll your sleeves up and put that 17 years of work experience to work?
Well, I think for me, it's the individual that